Well, Chris, you said to me on Saturday it was a must-win, but it's a point. How do you assess the game as a whole?
Yeah, I said on Saturday that all games are must-wins because every manager attempts to win a game, that's it. The way I'd assess it is the side we played today have beaten Dagenham 5-1, Notts County 3-1, Scunthorpe 3-2. Not an easy place to come. So, boys were resilient, gave me absolutely everything. Played for the shirt, played for the badge. Some very young players finding their feet in a tough league. That's how I'd assess it.
And you started really strongly, got that early goal. I mean, Sam Pearson in general has been excellent, and he looked really strong, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player, good young, exciting player, and he's enjoying his football here. Really loves working with us every day, and it's been a good home for him and very different to the environment he's been in for different reasons. So, yeah, he's learning other sides of the game as well, which he'll have to do if he wants to play at a higher level, which he does.
And you don't need me to tell you that's the 8th time you've taken the lead, but 7th time that you've relinquished it. Is that something you need to work on in terms of confidence?
I wouldn't say confidence. I'd say personnel. I'd say sometimes there's an element of inexperience on the pitch. Don't get me wrong, we've got a little bit of experience in the team, but losing Jamie Record and Ben Richards-Everton before the game was obviously a blow, and we had to shuffle it quickly. And like I say, it's not so much relinquishing the leads, it's more about not scoring when we do get chances. Today we didn't create a great deal, but when we did in the final third, it was just the wrong choice of pass and maybe the sort of bad execution. So it's not just about, a lot of teams concede goals but go on to win games, and we just haven't had that enough potency in games.
Is there a frustration in the personnel that you tried to bring on? You brought on Charlie Wakefield to try and change it. He looked like the Charlie Wakefield that we know, but then Thierry Johnson goes off and you have to bring him back in a more defensive shape. It's tough for you at the moment.
Yeah, it's not good for him either, I understand that. And we had a good chat after Saturday's game. He hasn't been at the standard that we've wanted, and he knows that, and he's more frustrated than anyone. So tonight, you're spot on. He came on with some real impetus to try and score or try and create, and he looked excellent. But I did have to shuffle it. Obviously Lawson was struggling, Jory was struggling. It's a small group that, as I say, are giving absolutely everything. I cannot complain about that, and we've got to patch them up because we've got another massive game coming up.
Were those substitutions precautionary? Will Lawson be okay? He looked just a little struggling on the surface. He's
obviously had injury history, so I told him to tell me if he was really struggling, and he did, and that's what he's got to do, because I don't want to lose him for 6 or 8 weeks. If we lose him for a week or a couple of days, then fair enough. But he's so desperate to play and do well, but we've got to be careful, haven't we, that we don't do him damage.
And you touched on it, Solihull on Saturday. It's a team that are flying at the moment, but is that good? You've got to just try and go out and get that result.
Yeah, I think we've played well in the last 2 home games when we've come up against good sides. Chesterfield played very well, Boreham Wood played very well, Wrexham played very well, Barnet played very well. I understand we haven't got the results, I understand that better than anyone, but the players in there will never stop giving everything, I can assure you of that. And I think the fans could see the effort. I can understand that they're not happy. I get that. It's quite obvious. Neither am I. And I'm having to work with some players that this is their first, outing in the National League, and they're getting used to it, and it's a tough environment. So we've got to work hard with them all the time. We've got to work hard with them to get them better, because that's what we're working with.
So you are 21st in the league now. Are you looking to urgently bring in some new players? Have you got the support to do that?
Yes, I have, yeah. We're looking at that constantly, and that'll continue in the next couple of days.
Is there going to be an announcement before Saturday, do you think, or is that too soon? Do you?
No, I hope so. As I say, the players are doing everything in their own powers, but yeah, the squad's a little bit depleted, so we're definitely looking to add for the weekend.
And on Grant Smith, forgot to ask this on Saturday, he's gone down a few times in games, not had Will Buse on the bench. Is there anything to be concerned about with Grant Smith?
No, just had a little thigh issue that sort of tightens up every so often, so just asked to get a little bit of treatment on it, so nothing, no concerns.
And just lastly, the FA Cup draws happened, Taunton Town at home, local derby. It's going to be quite an occasion.
Yeah, brilliant draw for the club. I think a lot of fans will be there. It's an excellent draw for both clubs, no doubt about it. Really looking forward to it, and so are the players.
Thanks for your time, Chris.
Cheers.